Introducing a new podcast. Karen Hunter is awesome.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.
Karen Hunter is awesome. A new podcast from Karen Hunter.
Sharon in South Carolina. Thank you for holding. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Karen. How are you?
I am awesome. Thanks for asking.
You always are awesome. I love that. I am too. Listen, I have a concern. My concern is this. I don't think President Obama should attend Trump's inauguration. Michelle's not going to come. I think he should stay his ass home and support his wife. And you don't validate a criminal like that, a felon in chief. You know, listen, and I don't think.
Listen. I agree. I wouldn't. But what you're not going to do is tell this grown man, former sitting president, how to move in the world. Well, I don't have to like it. I think he should. If his wife's not going, he shouldn't go. But then I'm hearing people, she should support her husband. Listen, we're all individuals and human beings and grown. If he wants to go and sit next to somebody and chuckle with them, which I didn't like that either, you know, but you know, he's different. He's different. You know, I don't know. I don't know how we make him do that, Sharon. That's what he's inclined to do.
Okay, but it's MLK Day. You should be somewhere speaking.
Yes, he should be. He should be somewhere honoring MLK. But I mean, so what did you expect? Do you think that Barack Obama is a civil rights leader, or was he a president of the United States with its complicated history and all? Like, he got that binder, ma'am, which told him all of the things he would have to do and uphold to be president, which, you know, if you think about the history from the Trail of Tears to Vietnam and Iran Contra and everything in between, you know, I'm saying something right now.
I know you're always saying something. Let me tell you this, Sharon. He was a community organizer. Come on now. You know,
was he somebody that saw community organizing as a pathway to become, to run for the Senate?
Obviously he did. He did. But you know, he grinning and skinning. I'm so disturbed by him grinning and skinning with Trump at that funeral. I could just scream. And now you're going to not. What's going on with you?
That's because you put that man on a pedestal instead of putting where he should be as a president.
Yeah. You're right. I sure did. So
now we know.
But why don't you take a poll and just see who's in favor of that and who's not?
Because it doesn't matter. The man's going to go or not go based on what he feels like doing. We could take a poll all we want. He's going to do what he's going to do, and our poll matters not. I don't want to waste time on a poll. If he shows up, so what? If he doesn't show up, so what? Whether she shows up or not doesn't change what the work is that we have to do right now. We got work to do.
I know, but doesn't he listen to your show? I
doubt it. I doubt if Barack Obama listens to the Karen Hunter Show. I doubt that. that.
I've heard Joe Madison say they listen to his show all the time.
Yeah, he listens to Joe Madison. He listened to Joe Madison. He didn't listen to my show. I doubt it.
I hope somebody call him and let him know that we don't appreciate it. Okay. We in the hood don't appreciate it at all.
And I don't think he can. The man's $100 millionaire right now. He's got.
Hi, everybody.
Shut up. He went from having student loan debt. I think he had $40,000 of student loan debt when he was running for president. He was in debt to now having a deal with Netflix and being able to go and all over the world and be celebrated and all of the swag. Yes, he's swaggy, he's sexy, he's all of those things. But he was president of these United States, which in and of itself says a lot. To me personally, if I'm being honest, Sharon, I don't trust too many politicians. Anybody that wants to be president, I'm looking at them side eye. Period. Me personally, because in many ways you have to sell your soul to gain the quote unquote highest office in the land, and being a politician also requires compromise or some sort of compromise of yourself because you're constantly fundraising. Yep. So what are you peddling? What are you exchanging for that money?
Well, my daughter, she swears he played us. she swears he played us.
I mean, some people knew. In Nubia, Reverend Jeremiah Wright is part of our community there. And he, Baba Wright is, his health is waning, but his mind is powerful. And you think about a man that that Barack Obama sat his hind parts in that man's church. And when clips started, and this is when it should have been like evident to us something else was going on. There was a speech where he said, "God damn America." And they took that little piece out and turned it into like, this man is anti-American and da-da-da-da. The same way, Bill Clinton came after Sister Soldier. They're always looking for the avatar to say that this person is not legitimate. They were trying. And Barack Obama, instead of saying, this man is my pastor, I know his character, this is what he meant, this is, and regardless, I don't need to be president if you're going to take him down. He denounced him. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. So I'm clear. I'm very clear that, and it's something that I don't wrestle with, but I was thinking about it today, Sharon. I thank you for your call. That to have character, to have a due north in the face of everything, because you can live in a world everybody's telling you you're wrong, but you know for sure that the way you see things, like even folk being nasty about Kamala Harris's husband and Jill Biden holding hands and oh, that's so weird. No, these people have an affection for one another. Maybe you don't recognize it because no one has an affection for you. So maybe it's foreign for you to see people actually show affection. Tim, what's his name? The guy that wanted to be vice president. He's weird because he's crying. His son, is crying, and oh, they're so weird. No, you're weird. Tim Walz, you're weird for not having the humanity to be like, okay, that's maybe not how I would deal with things or how I would respond, but damn, that's beautiful that man's son loves him like that. But it just speaks to how little love a lot of these folk have. But character is showing up when no one else will. Character is showing up when everyone's telling you maybe that's not a good career move. That right now I'm sitting here, it took me forever. I have a completely different career path than somebody whose career I was in the same boat as, on the same trajectory as. And I made a conscious decision to not sell out. And that for me meant I'm not going to tote a line that doesn't align with who I am as a person. And then I watched another person take a completely different path, and they are on the brink of signing a $200 million contract, and I'm very happy for them. But what they had to do that, and their excuse is, well, you got to know how to play the game. Yeah, I know what the game is. I reject the game. I don't want to be in a game. I want to live a life with people. I don't want to play a game. We've been taught America's a game. It's Monopoly. It's this and that. Well, even Monopoly has Black people relegated to Baltic and Atlantic. If you know, you know. That's Black people. That's the ghetto. No, I don't want to play that game. I want to imagine a new existence. I don't want to play a game at all. I want to live a life. I want to live a life of abundance. I want to live a life of abundance with other people who also want to live a life of abundance. And I know abundance comes through sharing, through planting seeds. You plant one seed and you get a harvest. That's what I want to live. I don't want to play a game. I want to live. And at the end of the day, you're not going to take all that money with you. And sure, you may be able to change the life. I did a book with Luther Wright, a basketball player, and we may talk about Zion Williamson tomorrow. I did a book with this guy. He was drafted by the Utah Jazz, multi-million-dollar contract, and I saw him in the streets during COVID, strung out, and I was sad. Because somebody in his life actually, took his contract out, I think for 20 years so that he would never be broke. But those 20 years came to pass and he was broke and broken. Because to have people in your life live off of you, and it's so wild, these hanger-ons, they're there for the riches. And then as soon as the money's gone, they're gone. But more importantly, they're not helping you build, which is why I love LeBron James's model. He was like, okay, I'm gonna have these guys that I grew up with, but everybody's going to school. You're gonna learn you're gonna be an agent. You're gonna learn this entertainment industry. You're gonna learn, and everybody's got, even his sons have their own money. Because that's what abundance looks like. Everybody around you is thriving, not eating off of the one person that's making money. That's a failed thing. And you look at it and it doesn't feel good for the person that's feeding everybody. But I hear you. We could be mad. We could be mad about Obama, but he's a grown-ass man. We shouldn't deify any president, not even Carter, who is probably one of the best people to ever be in office. Still a human being, still a man.
Introducing a new podcast. Karen Hunter is awesome.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is Awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.
Karen Hunter is Awesome, a new podcast from Karen Hunter.